Hello everybody and welcome to RCW SUPERCARD, the finale for Season 1 of Revolutionary Championship Wrestling. For that reason we're going to skip straight into the actual show. If you can see we've got the full crew here, or the full crew for at least the last two-thirds of it. We're going to combine all the storylines. Now, usually the title match would be the main event. However, for two reasons, it's going to be going on first. One is that Rob and OJ are the guys who sometimes have to hop off early for work reasons or life reasons or whatever else. The other reason is my Roku are not cleaning up glass and for another match. So, cleaning up after the glass cage match would be tantamount to impossible. So that's why that's going on last. Right, so with that said, we go live into the arena. It is not in the studio setting at Universal. It is in fact in an actual arena in Orlando. We have hired out one of the main sports arenas, and it is two-thirds full. There are some blacked off sections because we haven't quite sold it out, but it is two-thirds full, as RCW has not only got a hotbed here in Florida since moving, but has also started to gain some traction with television and stuff and really started to get our fans back after the whole upheaval of what happened before the season and then during the season with the whole fire incident and a lot of our stars leaving and a lot of things that happened during that. In the ring, Ray Arden is in a tuxedo with a microphone in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Revolutionary Championship Wrestling SUPERCARD. The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the RCW World Heavyweight Championship. And then I'm going to do ring introductions of the title matches. So, the music of Travis Knox hits.
As the crowd goes to boo at the immediate sound of Disturbia, Travis pops out with his new vest put over his face, and he's just bobbing to the music.
Now, obviously, you gave your mask on the last show. You gave your mask to one of the people who brought it to OJ. So, are you wearing a different mask now, or no mask at all?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm going full Casey Jones hockey mask.
Okay.
So it's a chrome like Casey Jones meets Jason X. So it's a metal looking hockey mask, and I'm just looking at everyone, and the hair's kind of gone mid-length a bit, and it's all wet, the proper head banging, and I'm just kind of swaying down. I jaw-jacked some kids. There's a plant right at the bottom of the ramp that I tilt my mask up to, and they cower in fear. And I laugh, and I put the mask back on and roll into the ring. I just bask in the glory of me being a hero. As it says on the back of the vest, I am the hero.
Thunderous boots.
What happened to your house, you son of a bitch?
Yeah, nobody was the face. Nobody had a face. And then, the music of Onyx hits.
Oh, I remember.
Well, Onyx is coming out differently. We know it's a pay-per-view, we know it's a title match, but Knox has got into his head. He's not wearing his usual gear. He's coming out with black pants. His fists are taped, and like one side of his face is kind of painted like the crow. So it's kind of like one half. So the music hits, but he's coming out, walking out very slowly. He's just kind of staring off into space, but he's still with the paint to him. He's like staring straight at the ring, at Travis, and just walking real slow. People don't know what to think. I mean, you still got people cheering, and of course, I forgot her name. I forgot what the single mom's name. She's saying stuff. Like, what happened to you, baby?
I think single mom.
Are you all right, baby?
In this corner, from downtown Los Angeles, he is the self-processed hero, no longer hardcore, simply Travis Knox.
And he blows that single mom a kiss.
And in this corner, from Richmond, Virginia, he is the RCW World Heavyweight Champion, Onyx Adams. And then the
Yeah,
referees.
just stares at Travis.
Yeah, the referee gets in both of your start corners, pats you down. As it comes to you, Travis, he's going to say, absolutely not. Oh, you are not wearing a metal mask during the match.
Fine. I pull it off, and now it's just a full, like, it's a lucha mask, but it's only the front of my face, and it looks exactly like the same mask, except not metal.
Fair enough.
I fully sting this entire arena.
Yeah.
Just
Fair enough. Okay. Then he goes back to the middle of the ring, rings the bell. I am going to roll to see who starts on top. 1 to 3 will be Travis. 4 to 6 will be Onyx. Onyx, you're starting control.
Okay, we're not even gonna go for a lockup since he blew Keneal a kiss.
Keneal.
Onyx just goes for a spear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spear, got to roll a body for that one.
That might not. Let me see.
it's her name now.
Yeah. Four.
Do you have any momentum to change that? You start with 1 normally, but your
I think I had a.
if your audience thing boosts that up, what audience are you on?
Yeah. I think was it a 2 last time? Let me
You
find out.
started on audience 2. I doubt it because you get an audience every time you're on the show.
Yeah.
Wherever your audience is, and then it will say whether you get a plus for audience.
Okay. Well, for some reason I think last time I wrote it down it said it's a 1, so +1 or whatever
Okay.
from last time.
Okay, so you're only at +1. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you'd be quite high audience, so you'd probably have at least +2, but even then it would still be a botch with a 4 anyway. So you go for the spear, but unfortunately, Travis sidesteps it as you tumble face first onto the mat. Travis, you're in control.
Travis is going to do a cartwheel away, very Stardust,
Yeah.
because Travis is just chaos at this point. Do a cartwheel away, a grand gesture. He will then walk over to Onyx and just start putting boots to him. Because he just falls on his face. So yeah, I'm just put the boots to him. I'm gonna grab him by his head. He's bald, right?
No. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. You're right. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna make it a show of I have no grip. So then I'm gonna go for a headlock.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell Onyx just stand up.
Okay, Onyx, you're in control.
Okay, going for a headlock.
So he is just communicated
Onyx is-
to you to stand up with him in that lock.
Yeah, I'm standing up, so
You rise up with him on your back.
stand up. Okay. Yeah. I guess it just falls backwards. He's on
Okay.
He's like behind me. Was he behind me?
Yeah. He's like locked.
Yeah,
into
I'm on top of you, holding on with a headlock.
You're basically going in like a back position.
Okay, so I just fall back.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Just fall backwards.
Roll a body for that one.
9.
Boom. Planted down in the middle of the ring. As Travis rolls away selling. Do you want to do something on the ground, or are you going to wait till he stands up?
I'll just do some. I'll just mount him and. Oh, that didn't sound right. I'll get on top of him. Don't sound right either. Just ground and pound.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not even in this match making the gay jokes.
You get on him and you start pounding him with your fists. Just working.
The gorilla pounce and then he says Onyx is just seeing red right now. Just gorilla pounce.
Yeah, you can do strikes. That's fine.
Okay. 4. Ugh.
No, it's fine. You can just do it. So you don't have to roll anything for strikes.
Okay. So he's just, he pounds him. Ah. Like I said, Onyx is just seeing red right now. So like I said. So he after he's doing that, he picks Travis up, and he tells him, "Hey, just stand there for a second." And he goes to the ropes and just gives him a clothesline.
Okay, like over the ropes or off the ropes?
Yeah, I was meant to. I meant to go. I meant to put him next to the ropes so I can clothesline him over.
Are you following him out like the cactus thing, or are you taking him out and you staying in the ring?
No, I'll go over with him like cactus.
Okay, the cactus plays on. Okay, yeah. Roll a. Yeah, let's go with body. Yeah, for like coordinating your body, I'd say.
Four.
Okay. Again, you got +2 momentum, but it wouldn't make a difference. Mm-hmm. Okay. You go to do exactly that, and you rehearsed this spot earlier in the day. Unfortunately, you just mistime it a little bit, and you fall short and end up sort of face down on the you trip over your feet, you face down the canvas. Travis, you see as Onyx trips up and lands in front of you on his face. Does not look good. You're in control.
Is there... I'm trying to think, is there a way I could make it look like I can save the moment and make it look like I dropped him rather than him missing the clothesline? Like a baseball slide.
I'll tell you what, yeah, roll a work and I'll tell you. Whether you picked up that he was going to fall and went, oh shit, I'm going to go for this.
Alright, so that's an 8.
You do pick up, you see him starting to blow his feet, like, oh crap, better save this. So what you do is you rush in and do like a baseball slide to make it look like you knocked him over as he goes down. Yes, you're in control.
Gotcha. Awesome. And then I'm just gonna grab the leg that I'm thinking the way I made the baseball slide look, I kicked his leg out.
Yeah,
so I want to grab. Yeah, so I want to grab his leg and do that where you grab the foot and you just stomp on the thigh.
Yeah.
And bring the knee down.
Yeah.
I want to do that a couple of times.
Okay, yeah. Boom, and then imagine Onyx is selling his leg, and then what are you doing with it?
I'm then going to turn him around so he's on his back, grab the leg, and shout at him, "You are not the hero! I'm the hero! I'm the hero everyone needs!" And I'm going to DDT his knee.
Okay, yeah, roll a work for that one.
Okay, 7.
Boom, you nail it, and you perfectly get it. The crowd are fully chanting for Onyx to get back into this.
All right, I'm going to drag his leg to the corner where I can't remember her name, but Onyx's biggest fan in the crowd. I'm going to go to Yeah, Tanya, I'm going to go to the corner nearest her. I'll roll out the ring, pull his leg to the corner.
Or
I'm
over
going to
the
look
ring
right
post.
at her. Yeah, like around the
Yeah. Like
under
you're
the
going for
bottom
the
rope.
like you're going for the Bret Hart figure 4 on the post thing.
Oh man.
Possibly, but right now I want to do the swing the leg into the
Right,
post.
yeah. Okay, yeah. Roll a. You're trying to do this because you kind of like play into the audience because you're playing to her. So I'd say roll luck.
Okay, cool. Ooh, all right. So I rolled an 11. My looks +2, so that's a 13.
Boom! You perfectly slam his knee off the ring post as Onyx screams out. However, Onyx, you are not really hurt. It is owl theatrical as you fall back, hobble back, holding your knee as the crowd thunderously roar. That single mum in the front row is so incensed, she's starting to jump over the barricade, trying to get at you. But security holds her back.
I have no expression because of the mask. They can only hear me, but I'm just looking at her like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I flip her off and I do the leg thing again.
Not his knees.
You do it again?
You son of a.
I do it again.
Okay, roll a look
Don't you mess
again.
with my baby. Don't you mess with him now.
She's clutching her pearls.
All right, so that's a 8.
Boom! Not quite as impressive the first time, but you land his leg off the apron as the crowd react again.
All right, so now I'm going to
Not
grab
the
his
apron, the ring
leg
post,
as
I know
I see security pulling her back, and I look at these massive tree trunks of legs that Onyx has compared to my heart spot. But
I
what I
repeat,
can
repeat
do,
that. You cut out for a sec. Repeat that.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
oh, sorry. So I realize his massive tree trunks of legs will prevent me from doing the sharpshooter. But what I can do is do a single leg crab off the side.
Hang on. So you're going to try and do a single leg crab around the ring post on the outside.
So essentially what I'm going to do is, okay, it's a little convoluted. The more I think about it, the more I add to it, the worse it makes it. So I'm just going to do it. So I'm going to grab Onyx's leg, put it over the bottom rope. So it's not under, it's over the bottom rope. I'm then going to wrap my own legs around the post and drop down and just start wrenching the leg.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'm hanging upside down from the post.
Right. Yeah.
MCL, ACL, all that's going right now.
Roll a work then for that one.
Okay. I mean, it's a 6.
That is a botch. You do have 2 momentum. You could spend one of them to make that a success.
I would like to make that a 7 and make it a success because I don't actually want to hurt the guy.
Yeah, you're
So,
down to. Well, you wouldn't hurt him. It would just look really, really bad. But yeah, people are like, "What the hell is he doing?" But you're down to 1 momentum, but you do successfully pull this off. The referee was counting for you being on the outside, but now he gets your face and starts counting to 5. Do you break?
And I sit up at him and I go, "You can count all you want. I'm not letting go." And then I let go for a second, and then I grab it again.
No! And then it starts counting. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I let go again. I sit back up and I flip off the ref and I do it again.
This time the referee's going to go full Earl Hebner. He grabs you and starts dragging you back and yelling at you.
I'm going to whisper to the ref, "Go for the mask."
Okay, the referee's going to, and he goes and starts poking at your mask to try and pull you back with it.
I immediately let go, fall to the ground, and fix the mask and just get in the ref's face. And I would like to give control to
Alright.
Onyx.
Travis is backing the referee up into the corner of the side. Onyx, you are selling the...
Touch my mask.
You are selling the left leg. What do you want to do? Oh, actually, no, the right leg, right? Yeah.
His right leg. Okay. Well, that was a lot. You know, even Miss T. Now I'd already called the single mom 3 names already, so I don't even remember which one it was.
Yeah.
All I know it started with the T. So like I said, Onyx is a scoundrel outside of wrestling. So. But apparently, but yeah, after seeing all that, he can, like he said, he can barely stand up. He's trying, and all the adrenaline. You can hear the fans saying, "Onyx, Onyx, Onyx."
They're chanting for you.
But he's
You
trying
can
to
see
get up, and he
Travis
just
backing the referee into the corner.
Yeah, he's trying to. He's in the corner. He's in the other, the turnbuckles on the other side, and he's trying to pull himself up. And he goes to stand up, and he falls back down. He's trying to get up. He's trying, but he's been put in too many positions, tonight, just to even get up. You see, Travis is up there jaw jacking with the ref, but he's trying. But he's saying, he's screaming, Travis, turn around. While he's on the ground, like, come on, you gotta do better than that. Come on.
Just gonna turn his
Freaking
head.
Shinsuke.
Very Kane, 1999. Just tilt. Just the mask. I'm gonna start walking towards him. Are you still in control, or?
Yeah, he's still in control.
How are you?
Unless you
I'm walking towards him.
unless you would have
Yeah, you walking very slowly towards him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll concede right now because I was thinking something about this. That's not gonna go right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to pick. I'm going to slap Onyx in the face. You want my attention? You want my attention? I help him up to the.
Oh, I forgot to say
the standing position.
You got a momentum for your crit, so you should be back up to 2.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to stand him up in the corner, and I'm just going to whisper, "You okay? Like the leg good? Like."
No, it's not. It's not. Keep going though.
All right, I'm going to look at the crowd and go, shit. They can't see me say that. I'm in a mask. So I'm going to hoist him up. All right, I'm going to go for his eyes. I'm going thumbs to the eyes, and I'm just going to say, "You're going to powerbomb me off the top rope." And I put him on the top rope. I set him up.
Like you go for
I'm going to, like I'm going for super. Well, I'm going to make it look like I'm going for a Hurricane Rana.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like a Frankenstein.
So
yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to just shout, "You guys remember when I was a luchador? Lucha!" And I'm going to very condescending. And I'm going to stand up. I'm going to hold up the number 4 for Apollo the 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to hold up the 5 for Apollo 5. That was Apollo 5, right?
Yeah.
I think that was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cultural appropriation.
Ooh. Couple of punches, and then I'm going to jump and go for Hurricane Rana, but I'm hoping that I do kind of the Styles Clash where it's he's too powerful to flip over, and I'm just hanging there.
Okay, you go for it. You could see Control as you come down. Onyx, you're in control. He is hanging up. You are sat on the top corner. He has got his legs around you. He is sat back, looking like he's going for a Hurricane Rana off the top rope.
Okay, well, Onyx's leg was about to give out, so he just falls. Like I said, goes for that power bomb. They both fall, and it's like, boom. But Onyx can't move, and Onyx is in a precarious position with that power bomb. His face is on Travis's junk.
Mm-hmm.
It just goes for a pin.
Right, so
He goes for a pin. So
roll.
the first pin.
Okay, roll a body for the power bomb because that's a strength thing.
10.
Boom. Bang off the top rope. Perfectly slam it. You get a +1 momentum. So you should now be on 3. As you slam him down to the mat and then go straight into a pinning predicament. 1,
Yeah.
2. Travis kicks out at 2 3/4. Onyx, you are in control after the pinfall is broken.
Onyx is looking bewildered right now. The paint is basically off. The face paint that he had is basically gone right now. Like I said, he's been seeing red this entire match. Didn't help when Tamara came over. Tamara was blowing a kiss at her. Didn't help. So, like I said, he can get up. And he's looking at the crowd. The crowd is screaming his name. Onyx, Onyx. So he goes back over to Travis, picks him up and goes for a body slam.
Okay.
He
Roll
knows
a
bad
body then
adrenaline right now.
for the body slam.
$10.
Boom! Nail him again. Another momentum because that is another crit. The crowd goes wild as you scoop slam him. It's like Andre and Hogan. So a much smaller guy.
I love in that scenario. I'm
on the
Andre.
Yeah. Except much more impressive.
Yeah. The adrenaline is going still.
Yeah.
He sees Travis is on the ground. This is something Onyx has not done. He goes to the turnbuckle. He looks at them like he pats that top one. He's going to the top. Travis, move. So he's going to the top. He looks at the fans. He prays. And he tries to go for a splash.
Okay. You go
You
for
know he shouldn't have, but Travis moved.
you're out in comfort zone as you go from a top rope splash. Now, I'm going to have Travis Knox roll for a work to see if he... No, body to see if he can get out of the way in time.
Well, it's the same stat, so everyone remembers 2 episodes ago. Well, let's hope it works out better than last time. Okay, that's an 8.
Yeah. You roll out the way. Boom! He collides with the mat. The crowd are like, no, why did you go for a top rope move? That's not your thing. As Travis rolls out the way, Travis, you are in control as Onyx is down on the mat.
I'm staggering to the ropes. Couple steps and I fall over. Get back up again. It's very Joker in Dark Knight when he's like, "Come on, I want you to hit me." And he's just stumbling everywhere. And I'm looking at Onyx, and as he starts getting up, I would like to run and hit a double stomp on his back.
Okay, yeah, roll a body for that.
All right, that's a 9.
Boom. Nail him with it as he goes down in severe pain. You've now injured his leg and his lower back.
All right, I'm going to. So, seeing him injured, I'm holding his leg, holding his back. I'm going to. I'm going to grab his arms and pull them up while I have a foot on his lower back. Just.
Oh, yeah. Sort of like a stretch kind of thing. Yeah.
I have a stretch, yeah.
Roll a work for that.
All right, that's an 8.
Boom. Yeah. You connect. Yeah. You nail it. Stretching him back. As he's screaming in pain, as you are wrenching and wrenching, you've got him like a rowboat beneath you.
Yeah. I make sure we're facing Tennille, Tanya, Miss
Tamara.
Tamara.
Tiffany.
And I'm just making sure, and I'm shouting, "Ref, ask him! Look at your boy now! Look at him now!"
Referee's getting in your face, asking you if you want to quit up Onyx.
Oh, no, no. Hell no.
My baby, no, you can't give up.
That was very close to your Dusty Rhodes impression. What are you doing?
One tweak of an accent away from Jimmy Hart.
Yeah,
Same thing.
what are you doing next, Travis?
Then I'm just gonna say, "Have it your way, then," and I'm going to lift the knee off his back, and I'm going to stomp his head into the mat and let go of his hands. Obviously, safety, people. Just going to stomp his head into the mat.
Okay, roll a reel for that.
I know what RCW stands for now.
That was a reel.
Yeah.
So my reel is a -1. So I got a 7.
Yeah, that's still a success. Boom! You stomp him his face down into the mat.
He's got to be bleeding
And people
now.
are still...
Yeah. You
You're
have
bleeding?
got 3 momentum, Onyx. You can use a momentum at any time to take control if you wish.
Okay.
If you want to use it to count.
As the people are booing me, I'm going to keep jaw-jacking through the mask, so it sounds a lot
Okay.
like, "Oh, this is your hero."
Roll 2-6. Roll just a straight thing for then, because that's working the crowd.
All right, that is a 7.
Yeah, you successfully get +1 momentum for that.
Perfect. And at which point I'm going to pick Onyx. I'm gonna pick Onyx up by the jaw, so he's facing me, and I'm just gonna. I'm hoping the camera's got a real close-up shot of bloody Onyx, an evil masked figure, and I'm just shouting, "You will never be their hero! Slap me!"
He's conceding control to you, and he is going to slap him.
All right. He slaps.
No matter how hard you hit, I'm gonna
Okay.
oversell it.
Okay.
Okay.
How hard do you want these slaps to be?
Oh, we're middle of the ring, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm slap him hard enough to make him like stagger into the ropes.
Okay, in which case, roll a reel.
8.
Yeah. Boom! Knock him back with that slap.
And I see, that when he goes to the ropes, Travis goes like this, his arms are over the top. So Onyx just runs into him almost like a crossbody over the top rope and around the outside again.
Okay, roll a body.
Two.
Whew, okay, no momentum of the world's going to save that one. You go.
Oh my
You
God.
go for a crossbody
Okay,
over the
okay.
rope. You and high flying just doesn't work. Unfortunately, you two do not communicate this spot properly, as unfortunately Travis ducks down and you straight up crossbody yourself over the top rope without him there and splat face down onto the floor below,
Yep.
breaking your nose.
Oh. No, not the nose, baby.
Travis, you're in control as your opponent has sailed over your head straight down to the floor face first.
I'm going to wait for him to stand up, and I'm gonna do a full Uso run and over the top suicide dive.
Okay, roll a body. Onyx, do you want to try and save face by spending momentum to counter this?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
I rolled an 8. So
Successfully go over. But as you come over, Onyx stands up, and as you flip over, grabs you in the powerbomb position on the outside. Onyx, what do you want to do with him? He's on the outside with him in the powerbomb position. You have the barricade, you have the ring apron, you have the ring post. Or just the floor.
Ring post.
Wow, okay. Roll a body.
Please don't do that crap. 9.
Yeah, you successfully powerbomb him, throwing him back first into the post. Making sure, bringing the post back from earlier on as Travis falls down, the crowd goes wild. Onyx, you are hobbling, you are bleeding, your nose is broken, but you hobble towards Travis down on the floor on the outside.
Yeah, and soon I go right towards Travis, and right there, T is over there. Yeah, get him, baby, get him! I know you're a bloody mess, but get him, baby.
We're going safe with just calling her T now, huh?
Yeah.
T.
There we go. Big
I
T.
mispronounced her name like 6 different times.
You don't want to know what he's got saved in his photos.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she's over there cheering for him, so he goes over there. You know, Travis is on the ground. He's a bloody mess. He can barely see out of his eye now, but it's like I said, that adrenaline's pumping. The fans are cheering, so he goes and picks him up. He's still hobbling. You know, he's like I said, he was hobbling going towards him. Picks him up, grabs him by his neck. Said, "You son of a bitch." Takes him and pops him in the face.
Okay. Are you... This is a strong strike. Do you want to work this, or are you punching him in the face for real?
No, it's a real punch now.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, roll real.
I can't see. Yeah, it's real. 11.
Okay, well, you get a momentum from the crit as you realise Onyx can't quite see you or is giving you a receipt. You can't quite tell. And he just straight pops you in the nose and breaks your nose with a punch. The referee's on the count of 6.
Onyx felt that his hands. He looks at him. He sees he's holding his face. Onyx just goes back into the ring.
Okay.
While he sees Travis holding his nose, and he's looking at Big T. He has a smile, even though Travis is crazy enough to have a smile on his face with a broken nose, though.
Mm-hmm.
He's just smiling at her. I'm in the ring waiting for him to come back. So come on.
Okay. Referee's on the count of 7. The count of 8. 9.
Travis rolls into the ring unless
you roll into the ring. Onyx, you're technically still in control. Do you want to go for him as he comes in?
Yeah, as soon as he comes in, Onyx, well, he can barely, I guess he can't really do too much, so he just throws a headbutt, just like a little diving headbutt on him while he comes in the ring.
Okay.
And it hits him in like,
yeah. Roll a reel again.
Back. 11.
Right, another momentum for another crit. Boom! Down as you headbutt him in the back of the head.
He's on the ground. Well, Onyx goes with him, like he says, on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Onyx just kept going, boom, boom, like 3 or 4 headbutts.
Okay, yeah, you can do
and
that.
then he goes for the pin.
Okay, 1, 2, kicks out.
No, okay. All right. Onyx.
And blast him!
He just goes and he just chokes him. Sorry.
Starts choking.
He's already.
The referee gets to your face, starts counting to 5. Do you let go?
I let go at 4.
The referee's warning you, backing you off for that.
Sorry, Reverend. You see, Travis is over going.
Yeah.
And he lunges at him again and keeps choking him.
No. 1, 2,
Counting.
3, 4.
4. Oh.
Back it off.
Goes for the pin.
1, 2.
It's
Kick
crap, man.
out.
Onyx is thinking, so what do I gotta do? I can't barely see. All I know is that he's on the ground, barely being able to breathe, but he's laughing. Why does Onyx always fight these crazy people? He's laughing. He's like, is that the best you can do?
Travis,
he's coughing.
you can use a momentum to take control if you wish, unless it is conceded.
No. I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna let him
Okay.
cook. Yeah. It looks like I'm laughing, but I'm catching my breath. But the mask hides that I'm doing that, so it's a lot of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Onyx, you're still in control then. What are you doing?
Let's see. Well, I see him. He's on the ground going like this. I think it says so. It sounds like he's laughing, but I hear him under his breath say, "Come on, you can do better than that, can't you, hero?" I don't know. He just tapped into something Onyx hasn't even attempted to even bring out for the longest time. So, Onyx gets up. He's slamming. He's hitting his leg.
Mm-hmm.
He's going, he turns. He goes to his even though he hasn't done any work on him. He goes for his arm bar.
Okay. Goes for the arm bar. Now,
Yeah.
Travis, unless you counter, this is going to be the finish.
No, I'm not gonna count. I like the idea of I'm laughing so much that as he like pulls on my arm. So, fun fact about Travis. Travis is, I've just decided, double jointed. So we could pop that shoulder out of place
Okay.
and make it look like he just
So
like,
he's
rips the arm.
wrenching back. So first of all,
We're gonna Alexa Bliss this arm.
Onyx,
Yes, well, I would have said
Straight-
Alexa Bliss.
yeah, Onyx, roll a straight roll with only your throw momentum you could use to enhance it for your finisher.
I got a 7.
7. Up to you if you want to spend that 3 to make it look really good.
Yeah, we can do that.
You hold him in the armbar. He's not tapping. He's not tapping. He's not tapping. You wrench back like Penta. And his arm pops out of his shoulder. As Travis laughs / screams. And taps out. Do you let go?
Like when Superman. It's like when Superman kills the Joker. It's very.
You don't let go, Onyx.
No.
You're holding on.
This is
As
for-
your music has
this is
started
for
up.
Big T. This is from Big T. You son of a bitch. Ah!
You are the bell's rung. The announcement was about to be made, but you're still holding on. You're still holding on. Referees are surrounding you, telling you to let go.
No.
Am I able to whisper something to Onyx as he's doing this, and I'm just screaming?
Yeah.
I'd tell him to take the mask.
That would be symbolic after he gave you the mask on the last show.
All right. He goes, he wrenches back a little bit, and takes the mask off at the same time,
Yeah.
and puts it in his
Revealing.
mouth. Ah!
You pull the mask off, revealing the
Yeah.
perfectly normal, if a little maybe eyebrowless face of Travis Knox.
Yeah, the only thing wrong is the busted nose. That's it. It's just
Yeah.
Travis is hot again.
He
Oh,
doesn't
for
think
God's
so.
sake.
But his face is revealed. Onyx, are you letting go? The referee is now yelling at you. Let go or I will reverse the decision.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. But he
Now
has
you wanna
Travis-
that
let
would
go.
be so fun.
He has Travis's mask in his mouth.
Oh, wow.
Right at this point.
The referee
Still dripping blood, and just.
The referee walks over and hands you the title belt as the announcement comes. Here is your winner, and still RCW champion, Onyx Adams. Cheers. However, there is a noticeable sound of some boos in the crowd.
Yeah, Onyx hears that. He looks around. Well, he falls back because he's so out of breath now, doing all that, and the blood's just dripping. The blood is all over the belt. He's just like, finally, it's over. And then Big T comes over. Yeah, she's in the ring.
Oh, she's over the barrier now. Yeah, she's over the barrier. She's.
Oh, my baby. My baby, not the face, not the money maker. Everything's.
As she helps you out of the ring.
Yeah.
Left of the ring, Travis, as the EMTs try to see to you. What are you doing?
My face. Someone hide my... They strap me down to the stretcher so my arms are like secured, so I can't hide my face. And no one's paying attention. They're like, oh, we'll take care of your nose. But I'm like, no, cover my face.
You're yelling like Rorschach as you're carried out of the arena. Just settles.
It looks less like they're taking me to a local medical facility and more like they're about to take me to a padded room.
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
And now for something completely different.
The following contest is 2 out of 3 falls, with the stipulations will be decided by the first fall. Introducing first, from Grand Rapids, Michigan, it is The Freak.
Ross, you're muted.
You're muted.
Whoops, I'm sorry. Well, the crowd parts and the Freak comes out. He's not dressed in the usual kind of tattered motorcycle jacket with like no sleeves. Instead, it's an entire ratty-ass trench coat. Leather trench coat hangs clear down to his feet. Still sleeveless and still torn to pieces. But he walks several steps out of the stage and then turns around. Following after him is the entire group of the homeless cooks. Every single one of them is carrying preparations for, hopefully, if we can win and make it a hardcore match, every single one of them is carrying a trash can or pushing a shopping cart, just overloaded with toys. And the Freak, ignoring the crowd and the boos, is like giving them directions, like, you stand there, you stand there. Don't do anything until you know the cue. And only then, once they are in positions, almost like security, but they're holding trash cans or whatever, does the Freak continue walking to the ring. Throws off the trench coat, leaving it draped on the floor, puts his hat on top of the turnbuckle closest to him, and climbs in the ring to wait for Sterling.
And his opponent, from Grimsby, Lincolnshire, it is Lord Oliver Sterling.
Sterling's regular music doesn't hit because prior to Sterling's music hitting, God Save the King plays, and a battalion of the Coldstream Guard walk out onto the stage. For those of you who aren't from England, the Coldstream Guard are what you Americans would think of as the Royal Guards, with the hats and the coats and pushing American tourists over for standing in the way of the horses. So, a battalion of the Coldstream Guard walk out onto the stage. Then, Sterling's music hits.
I'm
Sterling, you see,
I'm from England. I
is
thought they were the Royal Guard, but carry on.
Sterling is aware that the Freak has got his homeless cult. So he pulled some strings and brought in the fucking army. Because
Your backup is the palace guard with the freaking big black hats and the red coats. Right.
He's Lord Oliver Sterling,
Yeah.
for Christ's sake. Of course that's his backup.
Yep.
Of course that's his backup.
We're having a
So,
ball later.
Sterling approaches the ring backed by the Coldstream Guard.
Yep.
All of whom have got the big pointy rifles. But obviously they're ceremonial, you know. And batons and, you know. So for every homeless person there is a soldier. Sterling's not a fool. He's not going to go into a 7-on-1. Of course, Casey Edwards is along with him amongst the Coldstream Guard. He breaks ranks from the Coldstream Guard to join Sterling at ringside proper. As Sterling gets into the ring, he taps his head and goes, "I'm not a fucking idiot."
Crowd.
As he
cheer
gets
the
in the
song.
ring.
A couple of referees are going to go over to the guard and remove them of their rifles before the match starts, just to make sure. Well, they don't believe they're loaded, but just in case.
They're essentially
Yeah. Well, they're going to take
blunt
them off.
objects.
They're going to take them off.
Yeah.
They'll leave the batons.
Yeah.
They can have the batons. But
Yeah.
they're not gluing them with they're not leaving
Yeah,
them.
the guard have essentially got
Because
blunt objects.
if I'm mistaken, right, they have like knives or something as well. So no, they take them off. Right. As you guys are in the ring, at the first fall will be a normal match, and the winner of the fall will decide the stipulation. I'm going to roll for both here. Okay. Freak, you're starting in control.
Once the ring, instead of the stare off, the sudden violence that one a hand, and then very vulgarly putting.
Hang on. You for some reason.
And then
Hang on, Ross. You cut out for all of that.
okay, I'm going to switch to my phone.
I'm not sure what's going on. I think it's Discord. I don't know what's going on tonight. Discord is not behaving.
Okay, hopefully this is better. I'm switching to my phone.
Okay.
Okay, so the Freak is making a big show of drawing the audience's attention to his hand, holding it up in the air, and then he reaches behind himself, rummages around in the back of his tights, basically playing with his own butt, and then, like a proper baby face, walks up and tries to offer Sterling a handshake. What do you do, Sterling?
Does that mean he's conceding control? Because he's in control at this stage.
At this point, I'm going to say yes. But he screaming and shit-talking some. It's like, what are you going to do, Sterling?
Right, you're in control, Sterling.
And then,
Sterling's just going to pop him, clearly.
Hell yeah.
Boom! Nail him. It goes backwards. Into the ropes. Comes off the ropes. Sterling.
So I'd like to think Sterling does a bit of silly business here, where he pops him, Freak goes back off the ropes, comes forward, takes another pop, back off the ropes, and we do this a couple of times while the kids in the audience are counting.
Yeah.
Or something.
Whoa.
Like pop, bounce. Get to about six. Get to about 6 or 7.
Roll me a look.
Okay, where did I put my dice there? Four.
How much momentum you coming in with? 2? Yeah.
Hang on, I'm just double checking. Did I do anything? Because I did do some BS for Sterling, didn't I? Body roll, work. So I've got an extra one for work. No, it's still 4.
Okay. You hit him a couple of times.
I tried to make Sterling a little bit more OP, but I can't save that.
Yeah. Look, charisma is not your stat. Nail him and he goes off a couple of times. However, on the last one, you miss him as Freak ducks underneath, managing to save the spot as he realises that you're not going to connect. So instead of selling it, he ducks out of the way. Freak, you're in control.
Okay, this time, comedy's over. Gonna come at him with a brutal clothesline, and if I can knock him down, I'm gonna once again draw attention to the stink palm and just shove it in his face.
Okay, I'm gonna have you roll a body for the clothesline.
Body +1. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Boom! Perfect clothesline. You gain momentum as he goes down. And then, because you got the crit, I'm going to say straight away, you just push your face into it, your hand into his face.
Okay. Now, after some cackling and putting the nasty fingers on his face and all over, gonna basically, I heard it you said earlier, but ground and pound already on him, just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Gonna pick him up, back him into the ropes, and then gonna tease a comedy spot based on earlier in the show, throwing 2 chops, woo, woo, and then acting like I'm gonna go for the purple nurple like I used to do, but just as the crowd thinks it's coming, instead stiff forearms.
Yeah.
Just brawling as hard as I can.
Nailing him into the corner. Yeah, you can keep doing all that. Yeah.
Okay. Leaning in close, getting ready to whip him into the opposite corner. Reverse me. Do something fun. And I go to whip him and prepare to be reversed.
Irish whip. Sterling, you are going to reverse the Irish whip. How are you going to do it?
Trying to build a picture in my head. So,
basically, I'm trying to whip you from corner to corner.
Irish whipping you out the corner, so you're going to reverse the momentum and Irish whip him. But then what?
Yeah. So, I suppose Sterling needs to try and make it a bit go for a silly thing again. So, he. As Freak goes to whip him out, Sterling reverses the momentum, and trying to think how to make this silly. No, let's just outright reverse the Irish whip into my own Irish whip. Okay. I think is probably the best move.
Yeah, you reverse it. Boom! He goes off the corner. What are you doing next?
So he's going to he's going to stagger back towards me. So I think we go back. I think we go back to the counting punches. So let's have the sequence that Dusty Rhodes does with the elbow
Okay.
with the
Yeah.
1-2 roll. You know,
Again,
all that
that's
sort
going to
of.
be that's going to be a look because that's a very sort of charisma crowd based.
Yeah,
Roll a look.
that is sort of
The bionic
Okay.
elbow.
yeah. The same roll. Yeah, I need to just start fighting him properly, I think, because doing this comedy stuff ain't working. That was a bloody 4 again.
You go to do it, but unfortunately you're mistimed. The crowd don't get into it, and you stumble. And your last punch looks extremely bad as you stumble and fall and just generally look like you're play fighting really and doesn't look very good. As Freak, you're in control again.
Okay. So he tried to take a swing at me, and it just ended up looking bad. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
Okay. So he stumbles and falls. I'm going to just stalk around him, just being creepy and looming. And when he comes up at me and throws another punch, going to catch it in my arms, kind of in a spot Al Snow used to do. When he tries to punch with his other hand, catch it. And then trapped headbutts, a series of 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll let go, let him stagger some, and then a big boom headbutt to bump off of.
Real for that.
Real. This crap stat.
Or work, depending on how you're working this.
Well, it's total work. I always did this spot in real life.
Okay, yeah, roll a work then, yeah. If you're not trying to really headbutt him.
Okay, no, I'm not really hurting him. I'm just trying to be stiff to bring out the tough to show he can take it. Let's see, 5.
Looking at the character sheets, wouldn't the silly wrestling spots be under wrestling, which is work?
No. Work is...
Because look is promos.
No, look is charisma. Work is technical wrestling.
That's not what it says on the character sheet. It says promos. But look.
It says promos, but in the ring it's to do with the playing to the audience, doing the charisma stuff.
Body is athletic feats of wrestling, and work is wrestling.
Yeah, but theatrical punches is not wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I got a 9.
Okay. Remember what you were doing before?
Basically, it was this big headbutt spot.
Oh, yeah.
Trapped his arms, series of headbutts, and then as he staggers from the 4 headbutts to the face, one big one to bump off of.
Yeah, boom! You nail him down perfectly with the series of headbutts followed by the big one at the end.
Okay, while he's selling that, I'm going to draw attention once again to my people lying, standing around with the toys. They're not doing anything, but I'm going to act like they were. Not yet! Wait for your cue!
As you say that, the guards, who have like their hats down to over their eyes, make a sudden unison move to stand in formation in case they do.
I love that. Tom, I love you. Okay, a couple more stomps at Sterling. Then going to pick him up, and as he's getting up, rake my fingers across his back.
Mm-hmm.
Have him stagger to the ropes, and then just run at him, cactus clothesline to the outside.
Okay, roll a body.
Let's see, 5 and 5 plus 1, so 11.
Yeah, crit, so you get momentum for that. Perfect, cactus clothesline over the top. You both tumble to the floor. You are... Which side are you clotheslining about to? The side where his guys are or the side where your guys are?
It would probably make more sense. Actually, to keep the fans in suspense, I would specifically pick a neutral side.
Okay.
So if they're on one and I'm on
the one that
the
you go
other,
over,
I'm going to...
the one that you go over then is the Yeah, so we're going to have the guards here and your people here, so you go over the right-hand side corner, ropes.
Perfect. Now, that was a crit, so I assume he's going to be down selling for a bit. So I'm going to make a point of, and the referee's going to hate this, but I'm going to make a point of picking up the mats off the floor and throwing them aside and getting ready to put him into a DDT on the floor, and I'm going to concede control.
Okay.
Make me patient, Sterling.
Sterling, you hook for a DDT on the outside. What do you do?
So, Ross, you broke up. What did you say right at the end there?
I was just saying, make me pay for this, Sterling. As I'm kicking your ass and shit-talking you loudly, I'm trying to quietly be a cheerleader for you. Come on, you got this.
He's got you in the DDT position.
Right, so can I assume I'm strong enough to do this. Can I, like, flip him over and do, he hasn't got me in the pile. I was thinking a back body drop, but...
Oh, I should have done pile driver. That would have been perfect.
Does that work from a DDT
Yes,
clutch?
it does. You can do it. It'd just be more... It would just be more...
I was more so asking Ross, the guy who's actually wrestled.
Okay, let's...
Can I just fucking fuck you over me head?
Not continuity or anything, but just... I'll steal back narrative control for half a second and you can disagree, okay? I set you up for the DDT. You throw some punches. You slip out of it. I kick you in the gut and set you up for a pile driver. And instead...
Back body drop.
Okay.
Back body drop. That's a body roll. Yeah, that's a body roll. So...
Please roll high, Sterling.
I hope so. Yeah, that is a 9.
Boom. Yes! Nail him with a back body drop as he collides with the floor behind you. The referee is on the count of 4.
Right, yeah. So, I flip him. I flip him over. He goes down. He goes down for the back body drop. I pick him up and I roll him into the ring. Kicking the mat back down before I go back in because obviously I am a traditionalist and I don't want any of this hardcore rubbish. So. Kick the mat back down and follow him back into the ring.
Yeah.
Probably by about the referee's count of 7. Sterling sort of looks around a bit because Freak is still down, and walks over to him and. Just goes for a couple of stomps.
Stomp it down into him. You can do that, yeah. What next?
Grab hold of his head, pull him back up to his feet, and short arm clothesline, I think.
Okay, short arm clothesline. That'll be a work.
Giving him.
That is absolutely wrestling.
That's a roll on work, so. That's one of my good stats, so... One of my good stats, but not one of my good rolls. Still failed it. So that was a 5.
5. You do have you could spend your 2 momentum to turn it to success. But you would have no momentum.
No, I'm not wasting momentum at this stage too early.
Okay. Yeah, you go for it. Unfortunately, it does not succeed. As Freak, you take control.
So you have my arm. You pulled me in for the clothesline. I imagine I probably ducked the clothesline. I'm going to then twist your arm and then drop an elbow on it. Just, once or twice. And then making a big show of it. Act like I'm biting your arm.
Okay.
Like
the referee's going to get in your face and count for that one. You can take it. You're going to stop biting at the count of 4?
Yeah, eventually. Then, still holding Sterling's arm, gonna punch him in the face once just to justify stunning him a bit, drag him to the ropes, wrench his arm around the top rope, and have the referee yell at me for a 4 count.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Gonna let go. Gonna do it again, and I'm gonna tell the referee, shove me away this time. Pass to Sterling. So, referee basically breaks it up, shoves me back some, and Sterling, you got me nice and distracted.
So you're facing away from me.
Can be if you want me to be. The way I'm picturing it, the referee is telling me to quit being a jerk and shoving me wherever you want me to be for something.
Because I kind of like the idea that sort of you're in the referee's face in one of the corners, and I'm in the opposite and I'm sort of in the opposite corner because I'm going to come across the ring with a body splash. Perfect. Which is going to send you into the referee and sandwich the poor bastard in the corner.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Roll a work. No. Yeah, body for that one. Body. Because you're jumping like an athletic feat.
Yeah, that was a 10. Woo! I think the referee. I think you need a new referee, Carl.
You come down perfectly. You get a momentum for that as it's crit. You slap down. Unfortunately, the referee is sandwiched between you both, and the referee goes down. He is selling like death. He is not moving like a full on, 90s, early 2000s referee bump where he is just incapacitated.
Yeah, this poor man, this poor sod just got flattened in the corner because Sterling's a big guy anyway.
Yeah. Freak did get hit with it as well, though. He stumbles out of the corner. The referee was in between there, but he also got hit with it. So
I'm gonna pull a bit of business, and you'll have to stop me if this isn't what you want. But KC gets up on the apron and is seen by the crowd, but nobody else, handing something to Sterling.
Okay.
And as Freak sort of comes towards Sterling, it becomes apparent that Sterling has knuckle dusters on.
Okay.
And he just levels Freak with them.
As you take a swing, I'm going to spend momentum to take control, though.
Okay.
Okay.
You swing with the knuckle dusters. He takes a.
I will point out that it's that I'm not actually trying to murder the man.
Yeah. Okay.
You
have to roll because he spent the momentum. He swings.
Yeah.
You grab, but Freak grabs your fist and stops you at the last second from hitting. Give it the
actually, if you're willing, I would rather duck it.
Okay.
And instead come up with this.
Whoa! Yeah. Points for theatrics. Roll.
Okay.
Oh God.
That's gotta be real because that is actual fire.
Yeah, you can't. Okay, can't fake real fire.
It's theatrical paper. I literally threw it at my cell phone.
Okay. Roll a reel then, Freak.
Roll a reel, will do. Okay, the one thing I had my heart set on. Please roll good. Okay, I can deal with that. 6, 7, 8 minus 1 would be 7. So that's a success.
It is a success. You do not.
You were about to have the fire, Marshall.
You don't Halloween Havoc this shit. You perfectly nail him in the face with the flash paper. Sterling goes back. As flashes of Travis Knox comes back to Sterling as he.
I'd like to think Sterling that hits Sterling, hands on his face, turns his back to turns his back to Freak, and Freak obviously still has control.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm picturing from here is Freak goes for a finisher, kicks you in the gut, goes for the pile driver, and assuming the dice favor me again, I realize, oh shit, the referee's out. And that's when I concede and you clock me with your brass knucks.
Okay, you stumble back, Sterling, as he's coming in towards you, thinking that you're wounded prey, but I thought you've got the brass knucks still on. Are you going to attempt to clock him with them?
Yeah, I'd like to think. Sterling just clobbers him with the Knox.
Okay, roll a work if you're not trying to really hit him with them.
Oh, everything I'm doing with Freak is the work. I'm not actually trying to kill him. He's not Jack. Christ. So that was a 9. That was a 9, and that was also me winding Kim up. That was also me winding Kim up.
You successfully, boom, connects to the brass knuckles. Freak goes down, out like a light. At seeing this, the homeless cult are incensed at what they have just seen, and they rush for the ring. But your
the cold
guards come in and they start brawling with them. As on the outside, it's a brawl between the Royal Coldstream Guards and the homeless cult. The homeless cult are using their weapons. The homeless guard are using their batons. It's a
you see. Usually, if the Royal Guards were beating up the homeless, we'd be the heels, but we're not. But we're not.
They've got funny
The
hats
Royal
on.
Guards are the baby faces as they're battering the homeless.
They've got funny hats on, so it's comedy and not police brutality. There's a brawl going on the outside. Freak, you are knocked out as the referee starts to stir. The crowd are going wild. Security are running out for the back to try and separate this wild brawl between these good soldiers and the homeless. What are you doing, Sterling?
Well, Sterling's knocked Freak. In kayfabe, Sterling has knocked Freak out, so he's covering him.
Goes to quote.
Is the referee still out?
The referee starts to stir. Comes to 1, 2, 3. Obviously, he's KO from brass knucks as Sterling gets the first fall. As loud boos sound out. At not only the fact they're not going to get a hardcore match, but also that Sterling cheated. But Freak did use fire, so there's still cheers in there.
Because we didn't have the backstage segment, Sterling was supposed to talk to Freak backstage and basically say, I'm a little bit uneasy about the hardcore stuff after what happened with Travis. So this was so Sterling was supposed to be going in. The idea of this match was Sterling was trying to avoid hardcore stuff because he's a little bit scared about, because in his mind he actually hurt Travis. I mean, you've kind of blown that one now because Travis was doing a Cody Rhodes all along. But
we've been saying that as Nova's been doing his makeup.
Yeah, that's been the storyline for weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but that's Sterling's in the Sterling character's mind. He's easy about hardcore wrestling.
Okay.
From the same point of view, Freak is trying to bring it out of him.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So
and Freak has won in that because Sterling has cheated. You've forced Sterling to
and
bend his
also,
constitution.
It is a 2 out of 3 falls, so yeah. And the winner of the fall decides the next fall, all that stuff. So anyway, on the outside, the referee Ray gets a microphone. The winner of the first fall is Lord of Sterling, and Sterling, what is your decision about what the rules of the second fall will be? And he puts the microphone into your face.
Let's do no holds barred.
What?
Let's do no holds barred.
Okay.
Because Freak's woken something up in Sterling.
Aye.
Let's fucking go!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is news to me. Apparently, the second fall isn't going to be no holds barred. Ring the bell. As the bell rings, and in the background...
We want hardcore.
In the background...
We want hardcore.
The homeless people and the...
That isn't what no holds barred is, remember.
They are being escorted out. Your entourages are. However, all the weapons that they brought to the ring are still around the ring.
Yeah. So you see, there's a difference between no holds barred and a hardcore match.
Yeah, they're different
So
names, but they're the same thing. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
No disqualification is no disqualification, whatever you want to call it. But yeah,
I know.
Yeah. But that said, Freak rises up. You are woozy, or playing woozy at least from the.
While the theatrics are going on with Sterling making the announcement, I'm going to roll to the outside, selling my head, but also conspicuously getting a kendo stick and getting ready to go.
Can I just suggest? Have you gigged? Can you gig while you're down there?
Hell yeah!
Okay.
Okay. Because I think mechanical advantage. I try not to just do it willy nilly, but hell yeah!
I think the fact that I've just brass knucked you in the skull. You're coming up like Vince McMahon at WrestleMania with it coming down your face, you know.
Yeah. So you are on the outside, concealing a kendo stick that you're holding as the bell rings. Sterling, you see him there on the outside. You're in control. What are you doing?
I absolutely don't know that he's got the kendo stick, so I'm gonna concede to him to do what he's gonna do.
So I'm assuming what you're gonna do is he's gonna come towards you and you're gonna twat him with it, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what I want him to do. Yes.
Yeah. Basically, just as he goes to do something to me, just whack right in the head.
So he comes. So he's in the ring. You're on the floor. He sticks his head between the ropes to grab you, and you over the back of your head. It's onto the ring, back into his head, and then as he tumbles out from that, he's coming down to the sort of dangling over the ropes, and you slam it at his back. Roll a reel.
Okay, reel -1. 6, 7, 8 -1, 7.
Boom! Nailed it perfectly as he falls down onto the outside after being hit with his 2 kendo stick shots.
Okay.
You are still holding the kendo stick if you wish to use it again.
I'm actually going to throw away the kendo stick, and I'm going to pick up a discarded hat from one of his guards from the brawl and put it on. And as I continue to stomp at him, I'm going to start throwing out British slurs, anything I can think of. Going to, wham! Wanker! Wham! I'm not comfortable saying the C word.
Yes.
You want me to say it? I have no problem saying it.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, wanker, cunt,
2 or 3
twat,
hits of
bastard.
Yeah, twat. I'll say that. Twat. And then pick him up. Oh no. Yeah, pick him up. Bash his head into the ring apron. Big forearm shot to the back of the head. And then, go ahead and take control, Sterling. Counter something.
So am I down at this point?
I figure you're staggered, but you're probably still standing. I mean, you're like leaning on the ring apron when I hit you with that second shot. So you could maybe go down to a knee if you want to, or you could still be standing.
Yeah. Okay. So So when you hit me, I'm gonna drop down. I'm gonna drop down to a knee, which is something Sterling has never done. Think that one through, and then Sterling goes for a massive, very obviously choreographed uppercut into your balls.
Roll a work for that one.
Toby's behind the scene. No, Jack's behind the scenes going, "Hey, I know that trick."
Yeah, but it'll work on this regard.
Yeah, if it'll work, it would if I hadn't just rolled a 5.
Right.
Which is what I did.
You do have 2 momentum to make success if you want to. No, in fact, you got a crit, didn't you? You got 3 momentum.
Yeah, I have, haven't I? Yeah.
So you could use 2 of that to make it a success.
Right. So yeah, let's share 2 momentum and hit him in the baby maker.
Okay. So you don't have 1 momentum, but boom, you nail him with a low blow.
As I'm selling it, I'm going to kind of lean and say, "Get the kendo stick, hit me there again, like crotch me on it." But you do what you want.
So when I've clobbered him in the knackers, he's sort of staggered, so he's standing over one of the kendo sticks. So Sterling stands either side of him, grabs both ends of it, and brings it up like a wishbone.
Yep. Roll a reel.
What's my reel? Yeah, my reel is 1. So...
I don't quite know how this could go wrong, but we'll find out.
Well, luckily enough, it was a 7, so it hasn't.
Yeah.
But
boom!
You
crush it up so he's straddling the kendo stick as you get him perfectly in between each ball.
Sterling then grabs him in like a belly to belly clutch, and then just up and just puts him down like belly to belly slam on the floor.
On the floor, okay, that'll be a work.
Seven.
Boom, nail it.
Fuck for that. Since we're on the outside, might as well try. I've never hit this move, so maybe I will this time. Splashdown.
Just splash on him on the floor.
Yep.
Okay. Roll. Body.
Again, Sterling's working everything he's doing. So, hang on. I have a thing for that. Let me just check. Yeah, I can. I've got a. I created a move with some of my extra audience, and so I made up a thing called Veteran Worker, which on a body roll I can work my way out of a shoot, brother, and roll work instead.
Okay.
Go
ahead and roll work then.
Well, that sounds mighty familiar to me.
So yeah, that was an 8. Yeah, I basically stole your thing, but I stole your thing, but made it
so just
into
on
a
the
work
outside,
thing.
you do the full-on like.
Says the most OP person here.
The big guy splash, boom down to him on the mats on the outside.
Yeah.
Bradley, I'm not the only OP one now because Sterling has that move.
I asked Kim how
he
like 15 every time.
I asked Kim how he did his thing where he was basically rolling luck on everything and just copied his thing, but for my weakest stat.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna because I've hit the splashdown for the first time ever. I'm going to try, and I'm going to keep that. I'm going to try and get a cover out of that.
You can't do it on the floor.
Oh no, of course I can't. Yeah, I'm outside the ring, and so pick him up, roll him into the ring.
Yep.
And then attempt to hit it again.
Okay. Roll again.
Because again, Sterling is not used to this Sterling's not used to the hardcore stuff. So doing it outside the ring was his immediate thought. Holy
if you try it
shit.
again, I'm going to spend momentum.
Well,
okay.
Oh, fucking hell. Given I rolled it on work again, and I rolled a natural 10 plus my 3, so that's a 13.
Okay. And you're spending momentum to take control and counter this.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Here's what
the way I'd play this is Sterling stays down for a cover, 2 count, last possible second, Freak kicks out. That's how I was going to suggest it. I was going to hand over at this point for a kick out on 2, but
okay. Here's what I'm going to have happen. So, you boom nail this splash again. Cover 1, 2, 3 kicks out. You get up in rage. You hit the ropes and go for the splash a 3rd time. This time, the Freak rolls out of the way. Boom! You belly flop the mat on the 3rd time. As Freak, you stumble standing. You're in control.
Okay. Well, he has just splashed 3 times in a row, and the 3rd time landing basically at my feet as I'm stumbling out of the way. Going to boot him in the head 1 time, pick him up, and go for my pile driver.
Okay. You'll finish your pile driver.
Yep.
Okay, roll with nothing else. Unless you want to use your momentum.
Oh, Jesus. My luck has run out. 5. I will spend 2 momentum to get to 7.
Mm-hmm.
That leaves me with 1 momentum left.
Yeah, but you nail the pile driver.
Pile driver and go for a cover.
1, 2, 3. Freak wins the second fall. The winner of the second fall, the Freak. And as per the rules of the match, Freak, you will decide the stipulation for the final fall. Within reason.
Sterling, this whole thing has been an exercise in showing you that you are washed up and finished. For this 3rd match, I will pick a normal, boring match.
Nice.
Okay.
Your game. Let's go!
Referee rings the bell.
Shit.
The rules are back into effect. As Freak, you're going to start in control as Sterling is rising up.
Okay. I will, trying to both real life supporting Sterling and hoping to make him look good in the end. But right now, I'm going to make a mockery of him. Going to take an arm again, twist it, the whole baby face working the arm thing. But instead of hitting it or, biting or anything like earlier, I'm going to twist it again a 2nd time. Cackle in his face. Huge poke to the eyes.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Completely going against everything I just said.
Referee gives you a warning. You wanted rules.
Going to turn back to the referee. Turning my back to Sterling. And just yell venom at the referee. And I'm passing control to Sterling.
Okay. Sterling, you're in control.
I'm not going to do what I did last time because I've already done this spot where I accidentally killed the referee. So Sterling's just gonna walk over there, walk over to Freak and sort of pull him away from the referee and go, leave him, fight me, and then smacks him one.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, what? Sorry.
That's
right, okay.
That's a regular finish. You can just do that, yeah.
Yeah. So, I'd like to think I want to start a hockey fight.
Okay. Right, just grab each other.
The old yay boos. Let's start with the old yay boos.
Okay. I want you both to roll luck.
Okay.
I got 7.
I got 8.
Okay. Boo, yeah, back and forth. But the yays have it. And Sterling takes control. He has fully got the crowd back on his side as he backs you into the ropes. Full on Hulk Hogan doing the word punches, theatrical punches, sending you back.
Full on Big Daddy, I'll have you know.
All right.
Hogan, Hogan's a filthy foreign muck. Filthy foreign muck.
What are you doing out of that? Big leg?
No, because I can't. Do you think I can get my fucking leg up there?
Okay.
You don't know. Do you think? Try.
Do you think I can get my leg up there? Fucking hell. No.
You could be like the Big Show and just try.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if I'm just as likely to go for a big boot, hit him in the balls, and get disqualified, aren't I? So, you know, it's the equivalent to the Sweet Shin music, although it's going to be Sweet Naka music. Anyway, so Sterling is going to try for going to go back for the bionic elbow spot.
Okay, roll a look.
Hopefully, the dice seems to be on my side a little bit at the moment. Famous last words. Yeah, that came out well. I've got 2 there, so that was a 10.
Yes, boom! Oh, the crowd get behind you as you do the bionic elbow. Momentum. You are, as Freak is stumbling back, you have a feeling that it could go to you that this is the final moments of the match.
It's the final countdown.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna grab him, head under the arm as if it's a DDT clutch, but then Sterling's gonna put his arm over and go for a vertical suplex. You wanted boring. I'm gonna give you boring. I'm gonna give you the oldest, most basic vertical suplex that you can see.
Vertical suplexes are still great. Roll a work.
That's what I want. I want you to keep saying roll work because that's my good stat.
Keep it basic.
That was 9, 10, that was 12.
Get another momentum as you get a critical, picture perfect vertical suplex as you nail it like Bret Hart, sending him down. This vertical suplex. You rise up. The crowd are roaring for you as you shake your fists. What are you going to do?
Go for a finish.
Yeah, I've never actually set a finish because I don't normally win. So I might as well use the splashdown again, which is actually Big Daddy's finish.
Okay. I'm going to take a little creative
control. Because I don't have a finish. I've never really set a finish.
I am going to use some creative control for the finish. And if any point you want something different to happen, either of you speak up. Okay? So,
go for it.
You're going to go for the big splash. You're coming off the ropes towards it. But at the last second, Freak grabs the referee and throws him into you. As he bounces off you and goes down. The referee is down. Freak is in control. Goes for his pile driver. You fight out of it.
The ref is dead.
You find out.
This is the second referee we've killed tonight in this match.
Yeah,
Stop killing the refs.
Yeah, you throw him off out the pile driver. As you throw him out the pile driver, from the outside comes Casey as he gets into the ring, and he yells at him, "This is for 2 weeks ago, you son of a bitch!" As he punt kicks the Freak right in the balls, as the crowd go wild. As he turns from the kick from Casey into to Sterling, who grabs him in a cradle. The referee coming to 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner, Lord Oliver Sterling.
Oh my God, Sterling won a match.
It's gonna freaking snow.
As Casey is cheering while still trying to maintain, not let the referee know that he interfered. And helps you up, Sterling. Holding your arm up high. Like the proud protege that he is. As you two leave the ring in celebration, Casey's holding your arms up. Your bingo wings are flapping. As he takes you to the back. In the ring, Freak, you rise. As from the back come your homeless cult. Some of them have the soldier hats on. It's like trophies of victory. As they come into the ring and all help you up. And they carry you out over the top of their heads.
You're Jesus, dude!
Like their fallen Messiah. As they carry you over their heads to the back.
Oh my God. I will admit I had that visual in my head preparing for this, but I didn't think we quite earned it, so thank you for going with it.
Okay.
Gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
As everything's cleared out, eventually a road crew appear. This ain't WEW. We ain't got no lowering from the ceiling shit. As a road crew start bringing in giant ringside planes of glass and start putting them up, erecting the cage. So,
in the audience, the mothers with children are leaving.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's another reason this is on last. Yeah. We've seen all the fun now.
Come on, kids! We gotta go home.
Note to people who are watching. If you have anyone who is under 13 watching, this is a perfect time for you to go.
So there's about
if anybody under 13 is watching this channel, I'm very, very sorry. I'm cutting this out anyway, probably.
Okay, so there's about a 30-minute interlude while they build this cage, where they show high package. I'm just gonna. Are you okay to mute Ross? Because you just get we can hear our voices on your phone.
Sorry.
All good. So there's like a 30-minute interlude while high packages are playing for this match, showing all the segments building up to it and all that kind of stuff as this cage erected. So when we come back, there is basically what looks like 4 fully transparent panes of glass around all the ring, like windows. There are beams connecting them on either side and at the top. So it is basically 4 windows on each side with the beams as sort of like support structures in between.
Someone's gonna die.
Yep.
Now.
Is that the one who rolls a 15 every fucking time?
You guys, as the workers, know there is one of these 4 sides that has been gimmicked to be sugar glass. However, the fans do not know that. Or at least not sugar glass, because that would be too weak, but like shattery glass, like more prone to shattering without you having to throw each other into it, and you would literally like go through it and leave a silhouette and, you know, make it look good. Hollywood glass, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's one side that's been gimmicked to do that. Okay. There is a door on one side where the steps are. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening, and it will decide who gets Nova Delight as a manager. Bruiser, go into the ring.
Alright. So, there's no music yet. The ring is just completely dark like it is in here right now. Then all of a sudden you see on the Titantron just these little silhouettes or little small videos of what looks like someone wearing a welding mask. And he's welding something together. You can hear voices in the background asking, "Is it ready? Is it ready yet?" And and you just see the mask come up, and you see Bruiser's face all covered in dirt and grease, and he goes, "She's ready to roll." And then you hear the sound of an engine starting. And then the sound of a vehicle backing up. The lights come up. The ambulance has been restored. She is back. It slowly backs up, and it stops. Then the music hits. The back door opens, and the Bruiser stands with a black button-up shirt, black pants, black boots. He's holding his medical bag in one hand. In the other hand, he has the cardiac monitor. He's going full BWF Bruiser gimmick at this point in time. He's like, I'm going old school. He jumps down, shuts the doors, makes his way to the range. He doesn't really slap hands or nothing. He's just going real serious this time. He goes into the cage, sets everything down, and it's just like, let's go. Let's go.
And his opponent from Jacksonville, Florida, Hardcore Jack.
All right. So as the ambulance is taken off, a marching band comes out. And you start hearing an orchestra version, like a marching band orchestra version of Jack's theme music start playing. And when the chorus is supposed to start in, a choir appears and starts singing along. He 100% went to the local high school.
You're gonna find this, right, Tom? Yeah.
It is still a wolf in sheep's clothing by Set It Off. It's just imaginary version that does not exist.
If it's not on YouTube, it ain't happening. I can do all the sound effects. I can do all the sound effect bollocks that Bradley just asked for, but a choir of a rock song. Good fucking luck.
It doesn't exist. I already looked. It would be
a lot easy. It would be a lot easier if it was a Metallica song because they performed with a symphony before.
Nope, because I actually hate Metallica. But they start singing, and then Jack comes out. Seth Rollins' outfit, WrestleMania 39. Like, the coat he comes out in. And it is because, as I always say, when he does a champion match or anything, something like that, he always wears his pride suit. This is Jack's first pay-per-view. It is 100% in the trans pride colors. And he's coming out, sees Bruiser already in the ring, and he's already kind of grinning and doing his usual lip sync as he's coming down the walkway to the choir. And he is shaking hands with people who come out. He dropped when he gets to the entrance, he drops the suits, the jacket, and he 100% still has his patchwork pants on, but they are also the trans pride colors for him. Goes over to the barricade to the side, reaches over, and pulls out a trash can full of light tubes and carries them into the ring, kind of still swaying along to the music, and sets it down, and he reaches behind him and closes the door.
As you do, the commentators, "Oh my god, just what we need, more glass!"
100% some of them are sugar glass because Jack's not trying to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Just wait.
You're in a cage of glass. You have glass light tubes. I'm gonna roll to see who starts. Jack, you're starting in control as the bell rings.
Of course.
Running Shining Wizard to the face, straight up. Okay. He has to. He has to start with the classic.
That'll be a body roll.
You mean a look roll?
Chill.
Watch this motherfucker roll a 15.
That's stunts. Sorry. This is a regular one.
Watch this motherfucker roll a 10 plus.
Yeah, body is just body.
Well, I barely rolled a 7.
But boom.
Holy shit.
Nail it. He stumbles back from it. Not quite going down, but he's dazed as he falls back into the ropes.
So he falls back into the ropes?
Mm-hmm. He'll come back eventually, if you wanted to.
Yeah, no shit, Tom.
So what he's gonna do? Because this is how my brain is picturing this. He's gonna run over and essentially springboard to jump up and throw another kick into the face.
Yeah, that's a body.
That was an 8.
Boom, goes down from that.
And then what he's gonna then do is once again springboard and just kind of stomp into him.
Okay.
But of course, and he is not really stomping him in this case.
Yeah. Body roll, like a coup de grace, but like a springboard coup de grace.
Math is hard. 11.
There's the rolls we're used
They
to.
gain momentum as you nail him with this, stomping off. As you feel the rush of adrenaline, the crowd. It's definitely like a mixed reaction, but it is loud. As you stand tall, what do you want to do?
Sorry, I was updating the whiteboard. Jack's gonna walk over and grab the first light tube of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, here we go.
He's gonna prop Bruiser up into the corner, put the tube across Bruiser's chest into the rope, and then he's gonna run and do a hip check into him.
Yeah, that'll hurt you almost as much, but yeah, okay. Roll a reel.
But it's a hip check. It's different for where he's hurting himself.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Roll a look. Well, it'll be a reel, but for you it's look. That's what I'm saying.
Math. I'm having a lot of trouble mathing today, and I fucking hate it. 9. There it is, 9.
Yeah. Boom! The glass shatters perfectly as you nail him with it. Neither of you are hurt, but it makes a good light show. It makes a good show of it shattered.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And at that point, I'm going to concede control to Bruiser, so he can throw Jack around now.
All right.
I've already done some damage. It's Bruiser's turn.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
All right, so gonna come out of the corner. Gonna grab Jack by pretty much by the back of his neck, pull him into the corner, throw some stiff work shots. Not really trying to hit him, but make it look like that I'm really hitting him hard.
Mm-hmm.
Working him into the corner, and then when he's stunned a little bit, I'm actually gonna grab 2 of the light tubes that are out of Jack's trash can. Gonna be like, you want glass? Here you go. Gonna do 1 across his stomach, 1 across his chest. You know what? I'm just gonna stinger splash it.
So you're gonna put one behind him in the corner and one in front of him in the corner.
No. Well, 1 is like across his waist, and another is across his chest. They're both on the front.
So they're propped up in the corner like he did, except it's 2 of them. Okay, and then you go for a stinger splash. Okay,
Yep.
Yeah, roll a reel.
All right, so you may see my light cut on. I'm sorry. All right, so my reel is a 1. That was an 8, so that's gonna be 9.
Nail it. The glass shatters as you both feel the effects of it, but obviously the move is to Jack as the glass shatters, and you fall away holding yourself, but not as much as Jack as he falls out the corner.
So we all know that Jack loves the staple gun shots, so he's gonna reach into his bag and he's gonna pull out the messed up staple gun that he hit me in the head with during the backstage brawl, and then he's gonna pull out a second one that's in perfect condition.
Okay.
He's got two of them.
As you do this, from the back, you see the figure of Nova walking down the aisle.
Oh,
No,
that's not where Nova is. I've told you where Nova is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where they are this whole match.
In
They're
your
not
mind.
coming out.
In your mind. Carry on.
Yeah.
Alright, so anyway, I just slowly glanced over. I'm like, no, that can't be. So anyway, move over to Jack, and I'm gonna place the messed up staple gun near his head, and the one that's in good condition right over the nipple.
Right, that's definitely going to be a real roll.
For titty piercing.
Yep. I'm so sorry, but that was a double 6 plus 1. That's a 13.
Hey!
So, bit of momentum from the quicks.
Lexi's 100% prepping.
So, yeah, you basically get stapled in the nipple and in the head as you are staple gunned into both places.
Like I said, that's a free titty
Just to
piercing.
add to the flavor, he's gonna act like he's using the cardiac monitor, but except he's gonna be in the wrong positions. He's just gonna be like, Claire, staple.
Okay, and it's not plugged in, right?
Just for show.
No,
he's not
he's using it like the staple guns like that.
Oh, right. Oh, got yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after that, then he's going to. Sure, Jack is laying on the floor rather than around right now for the show, I'm sure.
Not really.
Well, anyway, he's then gonna out his legs to make him be laying on his front, and then he's gonna pretty much do like a Rusev accolade.
Like a camel clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that'll work.
All right. This is 6, but my work is a 1, so that's gonna make it 7.
You wrench back in this perfectly serviceable camel clutch. Wrench your back on it.
Now, and I would concede control to Jack at this point.
Jack, you're in the camel clutch. What would you like to do?
Me, that's gotta remember what the camel clutch looks like.
Like, he's basically got his hands over your chin, and he's sort of just pulling your head back with you on your front.
I'm gonna bite his hand.
And pretty much your arms.
Okay.
I mean, your arms are draped. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking gnawing.
Roll a reel for that one.
You mean look?
Sure.
Of course, he's gonna fucking kill me again.
I'm not. Nine.
Yeah. Bide his hands. I assume he lets go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go the whole. You're out of it. You're in control.
Me sitting here going, I can't really climb the cage and do jumps off of it.
You can. There are scaffolds in each corner.
Okay,
and also then on the top. And you could also get up there by getting on the top rope and get it. There is like a metal platform on top of the glass.
Okay, I mean, granted, I'm not doing that right now because I just bit his hand and it doesn't give him time. But that's good to know.
Imagine like 4 brackets of corner. So it's basically like a real steel cage, except instead of the middle bits of the wire, there is just panes of glass.
Mm-hmm. No, so because I need Jack to do a stupid high-flying stunt from the top of the cage. Alright, so I know I'm on the ground now. Bruiser's above me, shaking his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I would have shattered pieces of glass tubes still on the ground. I can't. I know I'm not reaching the can of glass tubes because it hasn't been knocked over. So he's just gonna grab like a broken one and shatter pieces act more in Jack's hand, so it's not really gonna hurt Bruiser more. But he's gonna at least like take it and just like kind of from behind hit Bruiser in the back of the leg.
Yeah.
To get him to back up so that way Jack can is going to jump up and essentially super kick Bruiser to the face.
Okay. That'll be a work.
Ten.
Boom, nail him with a super kick. Go momentum. He goes down from the super kick. Perfectly. You did the whole leg slap and everything. It looks great.
All right, so he's now down.
Yeah. Starfished.
Cool, even better. So Toby's gonna go over to the trash can, put the light tubes out, and start climbing up with the trash can.
Oh, you're gonna do a shot. Let's see.
Yeah, he's gonna do a missile drop.
The Evo Sky.
The Evo
Yeah,
Sky,
the Evo
that's it.
Sky.
Yeah, the Evo Sky. Yep.
Yep.
Forwards or backwards?
Well, he's gonna have the trash can on.
Yes.
So he's got to go forward.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a safety thing.
Yeah, I know she once did a moonsault with it. I'm trying to think what you can roll for this because you can't see. I'm just gonna say
Backyard shenanigans.
I'm just gonna say yeah.
Yeah, it's a backyard shenanigan that he has done several times in RCW already.
Yeah.
$11.
Boom! Again, another momentum as you critically nail him with this trash can. You feel the momentum, the crowd while as you stumble back, and you're both down for a good 20 seconds before you eventually rise up, taking the trash can off. Bruiser is destroyed in front of you. You're going to do with this match by...
Imagine...
Oh, I know.
Imagine Devon Dudley shaken.
You're going to win this match by quitting, just to remind everybody. There's no pinfall and no submissions.
But KO's a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jack's going to go over, and I know at this point he's slightly stumbling because he's getting up from this. He's gonna grab at least a light tube and just slam it on the back of Bruiser's back and yell. It just essentially yells, "Say it," and he does that at least a couple of times.
Okay. Roll a reel.
Nine.
Hit him a couple of times. Thwack, thwack in the back. It doesn't break, but you leave some welts on his back.
Alright, and then at that point I'll seize control to Bruiser.
Bruiser, you're in control.
Alright. So, I'm pretty sure at that point the referee would be asking if I want to say I quit at that point, because Jack was just like,
oh yeah, he was
say
like,
it.
say it. The referee's like, do you want to quit?
And all you hear him say is, fuck no. And then basically go for the elbow to the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna get up, throw some stiff kicks to his legs. But yeah, get him to one of the other corners, and basically, at this point, he's just gonna pick up the medical bag and just chunk it right at him. It doesn't matter what else is in there. He's just gonna throw the damn bag at him.
Okay, yeah, that'll be a real.
There's nothing in there that can literally stab him or hurt him. So yeah.
No, just roll a reel then.
Right. Okay. Real is 1. That was a 4 and 2. That's 6 plus 1 is 7.
Yeah. Yeah, the bag just hits him. No real effects. Just clatters off for him.
All right. And so while he's stunned, One of the things that fell out of his medical bag that no one noticed was a canister of lighter fluid. He's gonna pick up one of the.
Here we go again.
He's gonna pick up one of the other light tubes. He's gonna spray one end of the light tube with the lighter fluid, reach into his pocket, and pull out a small cigarette lighter. He's gonna light that one end. Gonna go in full Terry Funk with this thing, and basically gonna aim to hit Jack in the head with said flame light tube. His back, excuse me.
Physics question.
No, the back, not the neck or the head. That's gonna fucking kill Jack.
I mean his back, excuse me.
Physics question for the class. Can you set fire to glass?
With lighter fluid?
No, I don't think you can. You'd need
There's
something
a reason
to in
that
there.
there's a reason that they use like boards of wood usually for this.
Yeah, the reason they use light
It will
tubes is
go-
because they explode because of the stuff in them.
So, okay, this is what you do, because this is Bruiser's idea. You set fire to the light tube. It flashes up like the flash paper in your hand for a second as the lighter fluid burns out. But instead of setting fire, it basically just kind of warps the glass, and it all just starts to sort of melt in your hand. You figure you've got probably about 3 seconds before it starts to hurt. So what do you want to do?
So he's going to quickly aim to smash it over Jack's back at that point before it fizzles out.
You're just going to let it go on his back?
Yes.
Okay. Roll a reel.
All right, that's roll a 7 plus 1. That's 8.
Okay. So the light, it goes, boom. There's fire. Then you're just left with this warping, melting glass in your hand. You smack it into his back. Jack, you feel you're shirtless, right? And you're just your regular attire, or have
Yeah.
you got a t-shirt on. You feel this
Shirtless.
searing pain as melted glass goes into your back, which is kind of worse than if it was actual glass, or even fire. Well, not worse than fire, but yeah, your back is smoking, and you distinctly feel like there might be little bits of the glass melting into your skin.
Oh shit.
This is why I have a backup character. I knew Jack was not going to come out of this match fine. That's why Lexi was created.
You are not injured.
And I will tell you 100%, Lexi's in full fucking panic mode after
You are
that.
you are not injured. However, your back will need some medical attention after this match because it has got 1st degree burns at least.
Yeah.
Alright, so since this matchup can't end unless someone says I quit, we could easily go out the cage door and just like grab a chair or something, couldn't we?
The door's locked.
Oh shit.
However, the cage is made of glass. Make of that what you will. So, knowing
Yeah,
that
certain
one,
spot
knowing
I'm
that
trying to
one,
figure out.
knowing that one side is gimmicked, but yes, like I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Alright, so then at that point, he's going to grab Jack and throw him to the gimmick glass.
I'm going to spin him a momentum to stop it.
Okay.
I kind of figured that was going to happen.
I got 5 momentum, baby!
He starts throwing you towards the glass. You counter it. Jack, what are you doing?
I'm going to kick him in the balls.
Okay. Yeah.
Says the man who rolled a 15 and Bo killed my testicles.
Right, let's see if you do it again. Roll a reel.
Well, here's the advantage. My reel is flat rolls unless it gets a look. Apparently, my dice likes the number 9 for anything that's a flat roll.
Okay. Boom, you nail him perfectly with a low blow as Bruiser backs off in pain, holding himself. Wincing.
I'm going to grab him and throw him through the glass.
Okay. Unless you spend a momentum to counter
Face
it.
first or bat first? Face first or bat first?
Like,
Face-
Are you throwing
Well,
me face first or bat first?
It's gonna be face first because if I'm kicking out of you and reaching backwards, it's face first that I'm grabbing and
yeah.
tossing.
Okay. So unless you spend the momentum, this is I'm gonna have Jack roll a reel, and Bruiser.
Would it be a look at this point?
If it's a Bayard shenanigans, yeah. Bruiser, I'm gonna have you roll a work. So, Jack, you roll your thing. Bruiser, you roll a work.
I rolled a 9. Apparently 9's the
Again.
number tonight. I'm not kidding.
Okay, so I rolled a 9 also, and my work is 1, so that's gonna make mine 10.
Throw, and he perfectly smashes through the side of the cage. Glass shatters as he falls down to the mat below. As it comes down, what you were able to do with your work is make it so that you land perfectly. There's no shards. Anything you hit the right side perfectly. Just a perfect Hollywood stunt, basically, of you going through this glass, and you're on the outside surrounded by some little tiny pieces of it, but there's no big nasty shards or anything.
Okay. So Jack's gonna hop out behind Bruiser.
There's a crowd are going, holy shit, holy shit.
And he's gonna at least crouch down, grab Bruiser by the little bit of hair that's on his head because of this mohawk. Hold him up, looks at him, is like, "Are you going to say it?" Oh, let me do it in the voice better. Are you going to say it, you motherfucker? That sounded a lot more
You'd be
like
like, fuck you, spit in the face.
Oh.
Full Carlito.
Boom! Slams his face into the ground.
Okay, yeah. Roll a reel.
Okay.
Slam his face into the ground. Now, the bits of glass, because this was the Hollywood glass, are fine. However, you do get little things, and as you come up, Bruiser, you've got little cuts from the little shards of glass sticking into your skin.
Alright.
Jack, you control.
Yes. So Jack is going to start pulling out some light tubes to try to do something on the ground as well. But as he does it, you're gonna see him stop, and he just looks under the ring, at the ring, looks at Bruiser, looks at the tube, looks back in the ring, at the ring, lifts under the ring, and pulls out 2 steel chairs.
Okay.
He's gonna set them up and put 2 bars of glass. Well, not 2. I'm trying to think of a good.
4.
I'm imaging. I'm putting imagery.
You want to make a table of glass.
Yes. I'm trying to think of the right amount, right light tubes.
Yeah, I'd say about 4. So you put like 2 chairs and 4 light tubes next to each other to make basically like a table of glass with the chairs as the legs.
And Jackson go over and pick up Bruiser.
And at that point, I will spend momentum to get out of this.
Okay, you take control, fighting Jack off.
Yep. So, he's gonna basically clothesline him hard down to the ground, and he's gonna do the same thing that Jack did: reach down under the ring to pull one more chair out, because he's gonna try to. Thankfully, there's a sugar glass for what he's planning on doing. So, he's basically gonna get Jack up. Gonna stand on the chair itself. He's gonna have the chair close enough to where the makeshift glass table is. Gonna get Jack into the package pile driver position.
Okay. Yeah.
Thankfully, this is sugar glass, so it won't kill him.
I mean,
I mean, Jack did say he got sugar glass tubes.
Yeah. Roll a work for the pile driver. Yeah. And Jack, roll a work because you were pulling the light tubes out, and how well you roll this is how many of those glass tubes were the gimmicked ones. Because you were selecting them from just a scattering on the ground.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, what did you roll, Bruiser?
I'm so thankful to have rolled 11
Okay, Bruiser, what
as
did
a
you roll?
flat roll. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank
Okay,
God.
so I rolled a 10, and my work is a 1, so that's gonna make that an 11.
Another momentum, jump off, smashing him down with a pile driver through the glass as the crowd go, holy shit! And people go absolutely insane.
And as this happens, I'm gonna slowly try to pull myself up, grab the microphone from the ref. I'm gonna totally do a thing that The Rock did in his I Quit match with Mankind. He's gonna take the mic, hold up, and say, "Jack, your monkey ass in front of your own hometown is gonna say the word I quit." He's gonna hold the microphone next to his face. Pretty much this is for him to speak into the mic.
But
Home state,
No,
yeah.
no. We're going to say hometown because I got to come back for that.
okay.
I do.
Because he's gonna be like, "Your monkey ass in front of your hometown will say the word I quit."
Motherfucker. We're in Jacksonville. And Jack essentially wants to just reach around and just go to Bradley's head.
With another tube.
Okay.
No, with his fist.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're spending momentum to take control then?
I have momentum to burn,
okay.
yes!
Yeah, you're nailing. Jack, you are bleeding from various cut points on your face from the ball driver spot. Somehow, miraculously, as the crowd can't believe it, you are getting onto your feet. In control, somehow.
This is why he's the Florida man, everybody. He don't back down. He's a fucking idiot. So, how is Bruiser, like, holding up in this moment on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being, I'm good to go round 2. 1 being, I'm dead.
Are you asking me or are you asking Carl?
Both.
I would say he's taken the big bump through the glass. He's looking shaky. He's looking like, if this was 2K, he'd be orange.
Okay. And that's just so I know how far to go with things. Just so, yeah.
So in 2K wise, how is Jack doing then? You said.
Oh, this motherfucker probably, if you're looking at 25 right now, after taking that pile driver, we're probably seeing that gray starting to come out at this point.
Yeah, the head is definitely red.
Oh yeah, his head is fucked. Like, absolutely fucked. Thank God his partner don't give a fuck either. Lexi don't give a shit. They think he's funny. It's a Roger Rabbit, Jessica Rabbit, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Jessica Rabbit situation with those two. Regardless, I say that we go on to a TED Talk about those two. So Jack's gonna take, because I know he's like he's probably just like this, just struggling to stand. He's gonna grab a light tube and just slam it across Bradley's head.
Okay, roll a reel.
That's the only thing he can do right now. Nine.
Smashes over his head.
He's gonna grab another one and do it again.
Roll again then.
Eight.
Again, breaks perfectly in half of his head.
And I will say that I am selling the whole glass to the eye, so I do have the like a little
Okay,
eye patch
okay,
thing on.
yeah,
Also, I forget
okay,
to
yeah.
mention that.
Yeah, we all forgot about that. We did.
Yeah.
I just remembered it.
Yeah, fuck. Alright. Jack then. He's gonna try to climb to where they because I'm pretty sure the panel Bruiser went through, it's just empty now.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna try to get himself standing on there to essentially jump and do a shining wizard towards Bradley's head.
Yeah, okay.
I want to spend the momentum to counter that.
Okay.
I've got because I know I got
What are
one
you gonna-
momentum
what are you
back for.
gonna- Yeah, what are you going to do when he comes off the Shining Wizard? What are you going to counter it into?
Gonna counter it into a power bomb.
Okay. Comes off. Do you want to just power him onto the remnants of the glass on the floor, or do you want to carry him around and slam him off one of the glass panes on the other side?
You know what? I carry him around a little bit and then go through one of the other glass planes.
Okay. Roll a reel.
Right, real. Oh, thank God. Alright, that was a 6 plus 1 is 7. Thank God.
Okay. Not enough force to slam him through it. And obviously this side is one of the not gimmick sides, so it's regular glass. So basically he splats into it like a pigeon running into a window. Oh, just slides down. And slides down the glass.
That's the viral moment, everybody. It's just
All
Jack
right,
just
so-
going.
Yeah, slowly sliding
so-
down. And it's making,
Slowly,
it's making that squeaking window cleaning sound.
Yeah. All right. So, I love Ross's reaction to that. I love that. So, how many light tubes are left from that trash can?
You
had?
guys have used quite a lot, so I'm gonna say like there are 2, and they're both in the ring from the original can being tipped out.
All right. So,
And
at
you
this
know
point,
from your calculations backstage that all of the gimmicked ones have been used.
oh boy.
Not,
So there's
not like
only
Jack's
regular
not
glass.
used to getting real glass on him.
Oh
I
well.
mean, glass
But anyway,
is melted onto his back now. He don't give a fuck anymore.
so he's going to take the last 2 tubes and set them across the steel chairs, but get them close enough because he's going to try something nuts.
But you
So
go back in the
he-
ring and get the tubes. You come back, then you come back into the outside.
Oh no, we're still in the ring.
Okay, yeah.
No, we're not.
You were on the outside when you power bombed.
Yeah,
into
we've
it.
been outside this whole
oh.
time.
Oh, my bad.
Because that's
All
how
right,
we got the
so-
steel chairs.
Oh, sorry. All right, so for perspective, what point of the top of the cage has the panels to be able to do a crazy top rope thing, like what Jack did?
Oh, just like on the top, like a regular steel cage.
All right, so he is gonna get the glass tube set across the steel chairs at the makeshift table again, and he is gonna try to get Jack. And he's gonna basically get Jack up and whisper into his ear, "Follow me to the top." So we're both going. up the
Okay, right. Are you taking the chairs into the ring to do this, or are you leaving them on the floor?
I'm taking him into the
Okay,
ring.
So here's the visual. You're on the outside. He's just been slammed off. He's fell down the. You go into the ring, and you throw Jack back into the ring through the open thing where you smashed through. You go and grab steel chairs. And you throw them into the ring. You go into the ring. So now there's 2 steel chairs and 2 light tubes. You set the steel chairs up in the ring, sort of in the middle, and put 2 light tubes over it. Now 4 covered the entire surface, so 2, it's just 2 light tubes on a steel chair. So it would not break your fall in any meaningful way, but you definitely would smash through them to the mat below.
Yeah.
So, and then presumably you're sort of fighting and dragging Jack up to the top with you?
I pretty much told him try to follow me to the top of the cage. So we're gonna do something nuts.
So you go up first.
Yeah.
Looking like you're gonna do something. Jack, seeing this, then follows you up.
Yes.
All right.
No, you're gonna have to bring him up. He's not gonna follow you up. He's not in condition to follow.
All right, so he'll get him to the very top. So
dragging him by his head and his hair, and sort of dragging him with him up to the top. I take it, like to where you're in a seated position on the platform on the top as you're dragging him up with you.
Yeah. All right. So he is gonna get Jack set up to where he hasn't done this in a while, so he's probably taking a shot in the dark. So he is going to attempt to do a Spanish fly from the top of the cage through the makeshift glass table that he's made.
Momentum.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I would also that's a pretty good idea because that is definitely not a glass table. That is not a glass table because that is just 2 light tubes. You would just basically be slamming him through the 2 light tubes to the mat. But Jack counters as you're both sitting on the platforms on the top of the cage. Jack, you elbow him as he stands up with you trying to go for the Spanish fly. Jack, what do you do?
This is Sparta. I'm gonna fucking kick him off the top of the cage into the ring, not outside the ring, into the ring.
Towards the 2 tubes on the table on the chairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a.
Payback's a bitch for the back.
Yeah, I had that coming.
Roll a.
Backyard shenanigans.
Yeah.
Bradley, you want me to roll high because this is also a safety roll for you. Guess what? It's 12.
Okay, you gain momentum as you look him in the eye. You go, sort of, you boom, kick him off with like a big boot as he falls.
What he would do is before he does, he goes like this and then kicks him off.
Yeah, and he falls back. The 2 light tubes, unfortunately, are not 4 light tubes. It is 2. They do not break your fall at all as you just plummet through them. The 2 chairs do this, and the light tubes break in half as you just slam the mat with 2 regular ass light tubes that are now broken into jagged edges pointed down into you on either side. Both sides of your rib cage are slashed and bleeding.
Oh god.
Oh god, this makes it so much better. All right.
Not for me.
Not for you. I mean, Jack's barely alive on the top of the ring right now.
He did take a pile driver through glass.
He did take a pile driver
and then a power
through
bomb
glass.
into glass.
Yes. And this little twink ass motherfucker is still standing. This is why he is the Florida man.
You are standing on the top of the cage with him directly below you, having gone through this construct.
Yeah. And you said you said there's glass
There's 2 glass tubes facing downwards that have broken. The 2. I would imagine pieces of them have rolled off as well because they weren't really secure.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's basically
I'm not gonna
under the remains of the steel chairs.
All right, so because Jack would be able to see those glass tubes no matter what, he's gonna make his way slowly down because he's not gonna do something aerial because that will fucking kill Bradley.
Or you.
That will actually kill
with
him.
2 real jagged tubes. You roll badly, you're ending up with one of them in your throat. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Jack gets his way down. He's like starts smacking the stuff away. Mounts onto Bradley and just essentially starts throwing punches into his face. And the audience is starting to count along with him. But before both him and the audience get to 7, from under the ring, a hooded black figure pops out with a glass tube in their hand, climbs into the ring and just essentially wails on wails on Jack in the back of the head.
So, through the canvas, bursts this figure from the...
From under, like...
Oh, like under the ring apron and then comes through the opening, right. I thought you meant like Undertaker, like, burst through the canvas.
No, we're not pulling a Bray Wyatt scenario either here. No.
Yeah, right, okay, so they come in through the opening and just smash a glass tube over Bruiser. Over Jack, sorry. As Jack goes down, selling from this.
Well, no, Jack... So how it happens, and this is how it is in my brain. I love how I have to toss the blanket aside for this. Jack goes down to his knees, but he has like one hand like propping him up. Mm-hmm. And he looks and turns and sees, and the hood comes back and it's actually Nova. Nova's been under the ring this whole time.
The crowd like,
terrified.
Oh! The crowd like, oh! As you look up into the eyes of Nova, knowing that she is the one who hit you with that tube.
Mm-hmm. At that point, everyone can see something's clicking in Jack's head. He turns to Bruiser, drops Bruiser, slowly gets up. Him and Nova make eye contact for a second before Jack just looks at the ref. I quit. And starts walking, getting himself out of the ring and towards the ramp.
The referee looks confused from it and then calls for the bell. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, the Bruiser.
I will say at this point, he's still messed up.
Oh, you're on the floor, grabbing at your bleeding ribs as Jack is just walking away, having quit.
He's struggling to walk away.
Yeah, as best you can.
Yeah, Lexi is 100% getting their ass because Lexi was under the ring with Nova because, let's be real, being under a glass cage match is probably the most fucking terrifying thing on planet. So Lexi would have at least gotten themselves out from under the ring when no one was noticing to meet Jack, like, immediately after Gorilla to get him in towards a medical unit. Mm-hmm. But...
Is Jack doing anything else, or is he just leaving?
He's walking away. Like, he's not even looking back. And the audience can see Nova. She is standing there, and there is still a confliction in her because of what she had to do. And she looks at Bradley and then immediately screams for a medic to get down there.
She is yelling for a medic as a medical team enter the ring and start treating Bruiser. There is just silence. The crowd can't believe that Jack just quit. They don't understand why. However, Jack has just left the ring, left the arena. Bruiser's being tended to medically. As at the top of the ramp, the general manager, Chief Valhammer, appears. Well, that's not the ending I expected, but the show has been a great success, but I have an announcement. I would like to announce the return of two of our former stars to RCW, who, at our next show of Implosion, will have a tag team championship match with Bruiser and Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, making their return to RCW Wrestling, 911. As from the back,
You son of a bitch, Carl! Fuck you!
Two 7-foot figures of Bane and Dominator standing
You
at the top of the
motherfucker,
ramp
I had a...
as the show fades to black.
Carl, please, now the two of us have been talking. It's like, what if Carl brings back 911? And I'm like, why?
Why would
I
he?
fucking called it. I fucking called it.
And that's the show, everybody.
Well, so much for that.
Thank you, everybody, for joining for RCW Supercard, and we shall see you for Season 2.